This is Gdańsk, the tier 10 pan-European destroyer. And the plays that you just seen were the most flashy outplays I've made in that thing. Yes, those were the most flashy ones. I personally despise that ship. And not really because of its lack of power or something, but mostly because of what it represents. Because it's a Polish ship that is another fictional being made by Wargaming. I made a whole video about Polish destroyers recently and why I think Wargaming is just trying to milk the Polish community by making something that didn't exist instead of something that did. Okay, but let's break down what Gdańsk actually is. On paper, ship looks like a dream. 7 fast-firing 139mm guns, 9km radar, smoke screen, engine boost and comfortable shell ballistics, but when you look at the other side you have the horrible 7.3 concealment, the AA is non-existence, the torpedoes, well, even though they have pretty decent 10km range, are very weak in terms of power, and you're starting to wonder what the hell it even is once you've noticed that it's a French hull but it doesn't have the French saturation or the French speed or even the gun angles balanced. And also, our amazing HE is actually nerfed because we don't really have pen on that HE. We need to reduce ourselves to borderline farming stuff with fires and firing through like superstructure and stuff like this. Knowing all of that, we need to find ourselves actual role to fit in the team, and it's very unusual one because we cannot really farm on open water like Kleber can because we don't have the saturation, we're not that fast, we're not also that maneuverable like Kleber is. We don't have good enough torpedoes to be stealthy. Torboat, we don't even have stealth, and we cannot really fit ourselves into like hybrid playstyle. We are support DDs. But what exactly is a support DD in this era? Before we go to how we fit ourselves in the battle in terms of the playstyle, let's actually prepare ourselves in port. First of all, we need to reduce our concealment and, well, try to get the guns to actually work by mounting the standard kind of gunboat build with HP, concealment, adrenaline rush, and actually 2 perks that increase our DPM and a little bit of range. In terms of upgrades, we don't go for more range. 14 kilometers is more than enough on tier 10. It's just enough so that we can technically farm battleship from outside of its secondaries. That's basically the principle. In case we need this thing, we're gonna have the possibility to do so. So for modules, we need to do basically the same and go for the reload and concealment. For the second part, you either have a choice to get the radar mount, like I do, if you want to like get 1 extra shot on a DD, because that's basically what it will give you, or if you want something more consistent, go for the engine boost call upgrade. The choice is yours, what you prefer better. First of all, since we're a support DD, the best way is to get yourself a buddy in a division that will fit for all the bad spots the tanks is in. You're not gonna have any flashy super like outplays in this ship. You've seen from the intro, this is not really a ship that makes a lot of flashy plays like the Moinwood or from DDs like Shimakaze could actually do it, like Harugumo, Ragnar. This thing just doesn't do it. However, the ship is really good at just well, zoning out enemies, winning battles, but well, try to do something flashy for the replay, it's not really gonna happen. Like if you pair this ship with a radar cruiser or thing that has like decent AP or can like kill off things really quickly, that has burst damage, this is gonna completely annihilate enemy team's will to live. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked here too much. When you're in battle as Gdańsk, you need to constantly remember that for whatever reason, you are gonna be the main target of the whole enemy team. Even if there is a spotted DD right beside you, that's much more dangerous for them. I still have absolutely no idea why Gdańsk seems to be a favorite target of basically everyone, even though the 10-second radar is not really posing that much of a threat to a destroyer. I'm not even talking about like our smoke farming cruiser. So what you need to expect is that the moment you're gonna be detected, you're gonna be shot at. This is why you don't want to take engagements at close distance unless you're fighting something of a Shimakaze. Because if you will, you're gonna get yourself blasted because everyone will willingly throw their ship off for you. So what you want to do is take engagements at mid to longer ranges using your radar basically to counter enemy smoke rather than spotted radaring. However, you can also do that if you have the dominance. So in a good game you should farm safely, you have your smoke screen and decent fire chance, catch DDs with radar if they try to engage in the cap, and most importantly try to live long enough to actually be alive in the late game. The big problem arises for Gdańsk when you're not facing enemy destroyer but enemy submarine. Even though you have a French hull and you're just a relatively fast DD, you're not super fast, but you're faster than like Haaland and stuff like this. You're not as fast as submarine and you will never be. Also, your turning circle is, let's say it clearly, much bigger than one of us underwater sausage, so it can just out-turn you, outmaneuver you, and you're borderline never gonna catch it. Also, your radar cannot spot it even when it's on the periscope, you basically need to wait for it to surface. So that's one thing. On top of that, since you don't have the saturation, hitting one torpedo from this lovely class will straight up eliminate you from the battle. In terms of other unfortunate situations, whenever you find yourself in a position when there is something that is showing you flat broadside, which as Gdańsk you're gonna actually find a lot, like a cruiser or like smaller battleship or something like a Ragnar or Khabarovsk, you're gonna have very miserable time. But why is that, Simon? Because your HE doesn't really have a lot of pen and you don't have access to AP shells, you're gonna do absolutely zero damage to those targets. And the potatoes in this game really like giving broadside. Okay, let's quickly go through an example of a game to know how good gaming Gdańsk looks like. First of all, I spawned here on the flank, but I don't want to play around islands or anything. If I got caught over there, I might be screwed over very easily. I go on open waters near the objective to try to catch an enemy off guard using my radar, then kite away, try to keeping my distance because due to my arcs being relatively good, I have a lot of advantage playing on range. I use my smoke screen to cover myself up, making sure that the submarine is not gonna hit me with any torpedoes and I throw some denial torps here and there. Once you smoke, you can pretty confidently farm enemy ships using your amazing HE with good fire chance, but keep in mind that your radar actually doesn't have a lot of a long cooldown, so the moment anyone re-engages into the cap, you can safely pop it again. Remember when I spoke about AP? This is what I mean. Also, imagine like just this random cruiser yeets himself flat broadside to the whole enemy team just so he can maybe get a shot on. You're not getting shot on me, buddy. I'm outside behind the smoke screen. Your Hydra won't help you here. So he shot AP for whatever reason. Now that I scared off enemy DD and we've eliminated this heating cruiser, I thought it's a good idea to punish this over extended enemy submarine. With help of our submarine, I actually got pinpoint location of it, and I threw denial torps at the enemy Jacksonville just so he won't decide to eat himself for me as well. As you see, our ASFW is not really the best one, but it gets the job done. I've noticed enemy battleship pushing, and he is not looking like the brightest guy with working brain, so he's definitely gonna go in a straight line. So I stuck my torpedoes over here to get the most out of it. And I had to actually turn towards the island so that there's an island between me and him so I won't get detected. However, unlucky me, I ate a torpedo on the nose, and that was my HP. Also, look how strong those torpedoes are. I hit 7 torpedoes and the guy is still alive. It shouldn't be possible, however, well, welcome to Gdańsk. So I smoked myself out because I knew that there is gonna be this DB somewhere in my face because the torpedoes of Daring are not really having that much range, and if I got hit by one, well, he's probably close. So I smoked up and put my radar. This combo is pretty decent. He was in a very bad angle for my guns, they were not turned the correct way. I managed to get some salvos, but after that the game was basically over, and like I said, this ship is not giving you a lot of flashy replays, it's just, well, solid. So is Gdańsk worth it? Well, yes, but actually no. This ship is made for a very specific group of people that basically want to support their team with radar plays and some DD hunting to macro. But if you want to just do one of those things, there is always a DD that's just better. DPM, you have Haruguma, more consistent, higher pen, better HG. Torpedoes, well, you have the Haland, you have Shimakaze, those new stuff that got released that is completely busted. If you want open water gunboating, you have a Kleber, it's much better. However, in right hands of a right person, Gdańsk can just win games. It's not meant to have super high scores. It's gonna be somewhere in the top scoreboard without having much of damage actually done or like anything. It's just something in between everything, but ship is definitely not for everyone. So let me know what you think about Gdańsk. If you think it's balanced or if it's underpowered. I highly suggest you watch my video about Polish destroyers to understand my bias towards the ship. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and, well, dodge incoming fire better than I do. And we'll see each other in another video. It's been Senpai Silent. See you next time.